Hey guys and girls, we have been getting comment after comment after comment. How are the triplets? How are the triplets? How about an update? We need an update. Do an update every day. Well, they don't really change much, so we can't do an update every single day, but we'll try to do an update maybe once a week and post it on a Wednesday night. The triplets were 2 weeks old on the 13th, which was Monday, and they're just doing great. I mean, they're doing great. We've still got them here in our boat building, and look at here. Look here what's looking out at me right now. This is little Nina. And little Nina is looking out. Little Nina is here looking out at me right now. Little Nina said, "What's out there? What world's out there?" Little Nina is not supposed to be up here like this. She's supposed to be over there head out. Lucy keeps them head out in the building. And then Lucy comes in and jumps over. But now the other day we had an escapee. Ranger jumped over this and got out. And that's going to happen real quickly. But we don't really want to move them out too quickly because they're still young. I mean, they're still little. You see how the size of Nina here. This is the little tiny one right here, the only girl. The other two are boys. And she's very tiny. She's just really tiny still, and something could catch her so easily. But you can see she wants out. And once that happens, we're not going to keep them in. I mean, we're just going to take a chance that something might get Nina. And look here. See, she's looking out over there right now, so she can almost get out right now. Lucy may come in here right now, may not. It's the middle of the afternoon, it's 3:30. She probably won't come in here until about 5 or 6 o'clock this evening, and I've got to be working on the ranch, so Chris will probably come and get some video of her for feeding these three. She's been feeding them real good. They're all doing well. Let's go see if we can find Ranger and Indy, Independence. Nina's going to follow me around. Now, Lucy may come in here because Lucy does come in quite a bit, but they normally hide out. Now, they might hear me talking and come out, but let's see if we can locate the other two. Okay, there's Ranger right over there in the corner. Ranger loves Jimmy. She's behind the Jimmy Houston stand-up. So we know we've got two of them in here still. They kept Ranger right over there. And we're going to look around and see if we can find Indy in here. I'm hoping Indy's still in here because Lucy's in the yard. Okay, here's Indy over here in the corner. You can see, we'll go over and take a look at Indy. Indy's laying there in the corner. Now, they may get up and move around with us in here, but you can see that Indy lays in the corner. And really, that's what they do. Now, we've got fans in here, and I actually brought back a larger fan from our boat dealership that I'm going to put in here and circulate a little bit more air. It is 100-degree days, and but it's 100 degrees outside too, so it's about as nice in here as it is outside. And they got plenty of water, they got plenty to eat. One of our subscribers gave me a little tip or a little hint that we did. You can see we got water sitting over here, and this is we bring food in here for Lucy while she's in here, and she eats a lot of food while we're in here, while she's in here. But let me show you a little tip here. Well, actually, this is cool. Because Nina's over there in it right now. You see what Nina's in? Do you see what she's eating? She's actually eating dirt. You see what she's eating? She's actually eating dirt. Now, one of our subscribers, and we've noticed other deer doing that here on the ranch. We've noticed others doing it. And we just, we knew and thought about the fact that they're getting minerals out of that dirt. And that's all that is dirt, just right out of the flower garden. And they get it to get minerals in their body. And it's just a natural thing that deer does. Because little kids like to eat dirt too, you know that. But she is actually eating dirt. I've had that. I actually had that about 2/3 full. It's down about half. So you can see it's on what's on the ground there. They've been getting in there and getting it out. We've got a water pan over there on the other side that's completely full that we keep full for them. But Nina's eating that dirt to get the minerals. One of the subscribers suggested that we put a little bowl of dirt in here for them to eat on, and sure enough, they've been eating on it quite a bit because they need that, and they don't have dirt here in the building. But Lucy probably is not going to come in here because it's just not time to feed them. But she'll be in here after a while, and hopefully Chris will be able to see her come in and feed them. Apache said she was in here earlier this morning. She'll come in maybe 3-4 times a day and feed them, and they're all growing really well. I imagine that they're not going to be in this boat building very much longer, but let me tell you, well, once we turn them out, that's when the danger really begins. They're safe in here, but once we just leave that door open, and Lucy may still come in here and put them down at night, I don't really know. I've got a friend of mine who's got a doe that's 11 years old. That doe has had 3 sets of triplets, and she actually, in 11 years, actually raised all of those triplets to adult size except for 1 year. And 1 year, a bobcat got one of the triplets, and he told me, he said the reason it did was I let her out too quickly, and she started carrying them outside. And they're gonna go over and drink some water. Nina's gonna go drink some water after she's been eating dirt. Wash the dirt down with a little water. That's good. She's gonna get in there and give her a little water. But he told me what he did. It's kind of exactly opposite of what we're doing here. But he actually had his doe pinned up, and then he had an area where the fawns could get out, but it wasn't big enough hole for her to get out. So the fawns could actually go run around and come back, and she would stay in there. But 1 year he let her out too quickly, and so her and the fawns were out. And a bobcat got one of the fawns. Now, he actually got the bobcat, but it's too late then. The fawn had already been killed. So this is one of the chances we're going to take. It's going to happen here pretty quickly. Maybe within the next few days. To be honest with you, I would like to leave them in here another couple of weeks. I'd like to have them a month old, really, before they go out. They're going to be quite a bit larger in a month. They're going to be quite a bit faster. They're going to be able to run a lot faster. And they're going to be, if they're laying down somewhere and something slips up on them and they sense that danger real close, or they hear that danger, they'll jump up and get away real quickly. They'll jump up. Look at here. Look, Lucy's thinking about it. Look, she's thinking about it. And there she comes. Lucy just come in the building. And look at little Nina. Little Nina said the lunch wagon is here. And Lucy says, I've got to check on the boys. I've got to check. And that's what happens right here when Lucy comes in. Is the lunch wagon begins. And you can see Nina is the smallest one, but she's going after it. She said the milk just arrived. The milk truck just got here, and I had just arrived. But you know, I mentioned the other day, actually we talked about something that happened when we found Lucy having these triplets down by the lake. We talked about the fact that the day before, Chris and I was out looking for Lucy and had actually seen a doe that we thought was Lucy, and we got up there and it wasn't. We looked at it through the binoculars, and Chris said, I think it's having a baby. And sure enough, it was. It was having a baby, and so that deer was a tag deer, and so we knew the deer, and so it had a baby the day before the triplets were born, the day before. And actually, that deer is now coming around the house, and we see it. We've seen it for 2 or 3 days. We didn't see it. We saw it really about 4 or 5 days ago, and she's got her baby out running around in the wild. She's got her baby out running around, and it's doing great. It's fast as lightning, and it's doing really good. And so you know, we could probably, but she's only got one to keep track of. Lucy's got 3. So tragedy could happen. Tragedy could strike when we get these 3 out, but that's going to happen pretty quick. Now, you notice what's happening right there, and I've explained this before, but we've got thousands of new people coming on every day watching these triplets being raised, watching Lucy raise these triplets, and it's going to be really a lot of fun. They may disappear, and we may never see them again in a day or 2. We don't know that, but Lucy likes to hang around. You know, we've raised her ever since she was 1 day old, so she hangs around the house, and hopefully they won't go too far either. So if something gets them, probably going to get them up here within a quarter of a mile of the house. I don't know that she goes that far away, but you see her licking their bottom like that. You see the little tail. Now, one of my subscribers, we have so many friends and subscribers. We got about 66,000 now on YouTube, 425,000 on Facebook, and then their little tail are moving like that. One like that. See how their tail moves? They tell me when their tail moving like that they're getting milk, and maybe here comes another one running. Here comes another one running. Looky there. That's Forrest. I hear mama. Oh, there's mama. I'm going to get after it. Now you can see what happens there to poor little Nina when Ranger got there. Hard not to call Ranger Forrest for Forrest Wood, but you see what happened. Little Nina got kind of pushed out of the way. Now we still got one more that's not around, and he just doesn't know, I guess, yet that his mama's in here. But that deer, that little deer running around out there with their mom is only 1 day older than these, so these can make it out there just fine right now. But it's dangerous. It's really dangerous, and we'll see what happens. But obviously, as soon as one of them again probably gets over that little board right there and starts being able to figure out that they can. But she puts them down, and they don't move. They don't run around. She makes them stay in one spot, and once they get down in this building, they stay in one spot, and they're perfectly safe. But once that happens, well, we'll leave that board out. If she wants to bring them in here and put them to bed, that's fine. If she wants to put them to bed out in the woods, that's fine. They'll be totally, obviously, free-roaming deer, which is what Lucy is, a total free-roaming deer. Even though she does have an orange ribbon and a flea and tick collar on, keep the ticks off of her. But she's, you can hear the little one whining right there. That's the little nine. The little girls, they purr a lot and kind of whine a lot when they drink milk. But they tell me when that tail's moving like that they're getting milk out of those teats, out of those udders. And the reason that Lucy licks their bottom like that is to stimulate them so they can go to the bathroom, and then she licks that up so there won't be any sip that a coyote or a bobcat or a mountain lion can clue in. Lots of things can get these little guys. And we're just really going to try hard to help Lucy all we can raise all three of them. That would just be so cool if she could do that. But we don't know. And here comes Milburn. Now that's not the daddy. That's her adopted son. His mama got run over by a car, and he was born on the highway. And Apache brought him over here, and we raised him. But he doesn't know what to think because his adopted mama's got actual real babies right now. But he likes to come in the building when all that's going on. And oh, here comes another one finally coming around. And he says, "Where's Mama? I hear Mama. I hear Mama. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, here comes. Oh, there comes Indy. Indy. Come on, Indy. You're supposed to be fast. Independence comes in there. And this happens 3 or 4 times a day. Sometimes we come out here, sometimes we're not. Usually if we come in the building, she comes in because she just wants to check on them. And we're always, when we come in here, we're always concerned and hopeful, and we're worried to make sure we find all three. She licks them constantly. Does, that's what they do, is they lick, and she licks them constantly. She's going to come over a little bit further in the building. She's standing over by the door. She usually goes over on the other side, but little Nina was out running around and caught her before she could get too far away. But that's sort of the update right now. I mean, I know that's not a real long update, but that's about all that happens. What little baby deer do is kind of like what little babies do. They eat and they sleep, and that's what they do. And the only difference is that there's a lot of stuff out there. Now, just looking over there, those are Moultrie feeder kits right there that we put on our deer feeders out in the woods and here at the house. And she's looking over there and saying, "I know there's supposed to be deer feed come out of those." No, she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that at all. What you doing, buddy boy? What you doing, huh? What you doing? Anyway, Lucy, you're doing such a good job with your triplets. We're going to have them outside here pretty quickly. You're going to have to take care of them and keep the critters away. Now, they will actually sometimes fight a coyote or a bobcat, but they don't have a chance. To try to protect their babies, and little babies just get caught and eaten. It's just terrible. And 40 to 60% of all the fawns are eaten in most every state, certainly all over the South and the North too. And so we're just trying to give these, since she's got triplets, we're trying to give them a little advantage. Hey buddy, that's my boy. Is that my boy? And this guy right here will probably get a little, that's my boy, yeah, that's my boy. He's probably get a little cantankerous when the rut comes along. He's just only going to be a 3-point. And we'll put him outside the high fence. We're actually going to put him outside the high fence. I might tie a ribbon or 2 around so hopefully nobody will shoot him and he'll be able to make it. He's going to have to be around with coyotes and mountain lions and bobcats too. But he will be fine. I mean, they've got the natural instincts to do that. But he's going to have to get by out there on his own until after the rut because they can be dangerous. I mean, and even if they're just playing with you, and he does like to play, he can be dangerous. Ranger is the lighter color of the 2 boys, and Indy is the darker color of the 2 boys, and of course Nina's the little girl, the smallest one in the bunch. And but they all seem to be doing good. I mean, we probably fed Nina maybe a little bit of milk, 2 ounces or so, maybe about 3 times. She just won't drink out of the bottle, which means she's getting plenty from Lucy. But Lucy is eating a lot. Lucy's eating a lot. She loves squash out of the garden. She loves cucumbers out of the garden. She loves tomatoes out of the garden. But Jimmy loves all that stuff too. And but she likes the garden stuff, and she's eating a lot of deer food, a lot of high protein, South Fresh deer food. She's eating a lot of corn, a lot of scratch. She's eating a lot of clover and Bermuda grass. And you see Nina actually almost crawled out one time, even though she's the small one. But now that they've got their lunch, they're just going to explore a little bit, kind of have a little fun with their mama, and move around a little bit, which is exactly what they will do outside also. And they do a lot of running. They'll run back and forth in this building a lot. You just got to kind of catch them in a playful mood, and they want to do that. It's probably too hot right now in the middle of the day. They'll be doing that a little bit later this evening, I know. But right now they're just feeling good. They've had some dinner. Lucy, she's going to go look around and see how everything is. Little Forrest over there, he's over there drinking some water out of another water container. We got a couple water containers in here for them, so they can get water wherever they want. Lucy goes over and cleans up any time. You see what she's doing right there? She cleans up any time when they make a mess. You see that right there? She's cleaning up any time they make a mess on the floor. You see what she's doing over there? That's exactly what she's doing. And she does that so there's no scent. She doesn't want any scent in the area. You see what she's doing right there? And of course over there, he looks like he's trying to go to the bathroom. Because he might have to get over there and help him a little bit. But she's cleaning up the mess. Now she will not go to the bathroom in here herself. And she's done that a lot in this building. Deer, you do not house train. You do not house train deer. You can house train Labradors, but you do not house train deer. She just goes wherever she wants to go. But she will not leave any droppings in this building right now. And I vacuumed up a million of them. I'm telling you, and I'll vacuum up a million of them. She still loves to come in this building, even though she's an adult. She comes in here when the doors are open and just lays in here. And Milburn does the same thing. It's just one of her nice safe areas that she likes. But one of the little ones that went on the body a little bit there on the floor right here, and she was licking that up. She's destroying the scent. So the critter can't come by and realize that there's a baby deer around somewhere. So they do a lot to protect their young, and we're just trying to help her a little bit. And they lick them to try to keep the scent down, keep the scent off of them. And they don't really have any scent hardly at all for the first couple, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't know exactly how long that is, but they don't really have any scent. So God's put a little bit of protection in there for them. Put a lot of protection. I mean, you can actually walk up on a baby deer like that sometime and they just lay right down and don't move. Now, if you try to reach down and pick them up, they're off. You can pick them up, but here's the deal. You can pick a baby deer up the first 48 hours, just walk up and pick it up. After 48 hours, anything gets close, they jump up and run. But, you know, there's a difference if a coyote or a bobcat learns where it is and is trying to slip up on it and get up there and catch it and kill it. They kill them very, very fast. It sounds like a brutal, terrible way to die, and I know it is, but it's probably a pretty quick death, actually, because they'll grab them by the head. Lucy's got a broken nose. You notice that. You see, a lot of times her tongue's sticking out. She walks along, you see her tongue sticking out like it is right now. But she's not doing that on cue because I said that. Her tongue's sticking out because she got a broken nose. She was actually caught by a coyote or a bobcat. I really believe it's a bobcat because she had 2 really bad cuts on her nose also. When she was 6 months old. 6 months old. Now, at 6 months old, she was a pretty good sized little deer. And but you see where her tongue hangs out. And oh, you want to play? You want to play? Yeah, see, they're getting a little frisky now. See her tongue hanging out? And I think it's cute. I love it. I don't mind that at all. She has a little trouble eating some stuff, but she does eat pretty good. She still uses that tongue, but her tongue hangs out. See when she stops, see her tongue hanging out there? That's because of her broken nose. Her nose is a little bit crooked, not straight like all the other deer. And but she got away. Whatever got her, grabbed her by the nose. She was very, very, very fortunate to get away, but she did. She got away. So, but this is just watch the little one, he's running there. This is just a real labor of love to do this. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. But they're going to be free roaming deer here within the very near future. Somebody says something about captivity. They're not being 100% free roaming. Almost impossible for a deer to raise 3 triplets in the wild. They do, but these little guys, like the little tiniest one, is usually the one that they sacrifice. Sometimes they just simply lose it. You cattle farmers out there that raise cattle, you know that sometimes when a cow has 2 calves, that sometimes they will just lose them. I mean, sometimes they'll just lose one of the calves, and Milburn grabbing the microphone. Milburn, don't do that. They love wires. They love to eat on wires. One of the reasons they love to eat on wires is that most wires are made out of peanut oil. That's why squirrels eat on them in your house. That's why mice and rats eat on them. That's why deer eat on them. So I've had to wire a lot of, and see what he's doing over here? He's trying to take that off of there. I've got that on there. That's a Ranger motor cover that covers my Mercury motor. And I've got that on this vacuum. Get back, buddy. I've got this on this vacuum so they can't get to the wires. And this actually ought to be laying on the floor. That way you can get that covered up so they can't get to the wires. He can smell those wires under there, and they smell like peanut oil to him. So he chews the wires into, and Lucy does the same thing. Look at that. He loves to have his ears scratched. He loves to be scratched him up here on the head. He's just a big baby. It's going to be hard to put you outside the high fence, but I'm going to have to because you might hurt me, and then I have to shoot you. He said, what? What are you talking about, boss? I don't know if I could. Might have to in self-defense. He's way taller than Lucy. Going to have lousy horns, but you know, you never know. Next year he might have good horns if he makes it to next year. We're going to put him outside the high fence. See him playing with Lucy there? See him rubbing her with the horns right there? Yep. Watch your wires. In They're enjoying life right now, that's for sure. They don't really have to worry about too much of anything. They're going to run around and play. Look at this. Look at this. And once the weather cools down, that'll really be something. See, they're trying to run around a little bit right now. They'll start running around playing with each other. And they are just like triplets in humans. They're going to be bound together and bonded together because they're brother and sisters. And they won't separate for probably quite a bit in their life as long as they stay alive. And you know, I keep talking about keeping them alive and them staying alive, but it's a tough life for a baby deer. You know, when you figure, you know, half or better of the baby deer do not make it to, you know, past being a fawn. A lot of them don't make it to a week old. These guys are 2 weeks old, and you see Indy right there. Indy's you know, they're wanting to jump around and play. Indy's wanting to have some fun, but and she's smelling that peanut oil too. Nina's smelling that peanut oil. Let's see. Wait a minute. That's Forrest and that's Indy. The darker color one is Indy. The lighter color male is Ranger. I keep wanting to call him Forrest, my buddy Forrest Wood, but he's Ranger, not Forrest. He's Ranger. And Nina's got a little blue ribbon tied around her neck, but Nina gets a lot of bottom cleaning. Oh me! I guess when they had a toilet paper shortage, I could have just brought Lucy in the house. Lord, I apologize for that. All right, guys and girls, that is your update there. You're two weeks old. 2 weeks old on Monday the 13th. And we're going to try to post on every Wednesday night. We'll try to post an update unless something happens that's really exciting and different, or something dramatic happens. Now you can see there that that little Ranger has decided to pee on the floor. He's decided to pee on the floor, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now Lucy will get over there and lick that up here in a little bit. She'll get over there and lick that up, but because she doesn't want that odor there. She doesn't want that odor. And we're getting ready to put a new Swiss Tracks floor in this building sometime pretty soon. It'll be here probably another couple of weeks, and we're going to put it in the other building first, and we'll take this carpet out and put it in there next. But we still allow the deer to come in. Even on a really beautiful, the best floor you can get, a Swiss Tracks, still going to allow the deer to come in. That little guy really had to go a lot, didn't he? Anyway, guys and girls, that's our 2-week update. We appreciate you tuning in to Jimmy Houston Outdoors and keeping up with our triplets. I love them to death. I mean, I just look at them want to fight and play over there. I just love them, and a lot of other people love them too. Those are 2 little males, and you see them going on. He's liable to jump on Milburn here. I don't know. He's feeling his oats right now. They just like little kids. They just play and have a lot of fun and just have have a great time. And look at him go. Look at him go right there. He's trying to get in a little scuffle there with his brother. And they're so much fun to watch him buck their head and stuff. You know, they think they got big. They're in their mind. They got big old giant horns on them. They're big old giant bucks in their mind. That's in their mind. And so they're getting in a big old fight right there with each other, and trying to get dominance, one dominant over the other. That's just the way wild animals are. And he just about fell down. But that's the way they are. But it's going to be a lot of fun watching these little guys. Hopefully now Nina's going to go play with them too. And hopefully we'll see a lot of that, you know, once they get out in the wild and are able to run around. Hopefully we can keep all three of them alive. If we can't, we can't. But we're really hoping to. Look at them run. Look at them run. Look at them go. Look at them go. Watch them run. It's just so cool to watch them run. And it's kind of hard to catch them on tape watching them run, because they run so fast. I mean, when they get going, they run 100 miles an hour. They really do. I mean, and they'll just run. You'll think they'll never come back. And pretty soon they'll come running back the same way that they took off. And they really, really enjoy that. Both of them, there are some more of them over there eating. The boys are over there eating dirt now. They're over there eating dirt. And they're probably going to get them a drink of water. And they're going to take off running again. I know you get kind of dizzy with that camera moving around that quick, but that's how fast the deer are moving. They move lightning quick, lightning quick. Okay, guys and girls, I've tried to tell you bye a couple of times. Every time I have, the deer have been trying to steal the show. But it's their show. They're the stars. I'm just a commentator. Just a commentator. If you like watching the triplets, share this video with some of your friends. They're just lots of fun. They're precious little guys and girls. And hopefully we'll get them out in the wild in another week or two, and they'll be on their own, and we will see what happens. Hopefully we can see all three of them grow up to be really beautiful adult deer. Two of them are bucks, so that happens once they get a year old, a year and a half old, like Milburn will be this fall. They're going to have to be put outside the high fence also, because little bucks can be dangerous if they hang around and get used to and become a buddy like you've become to me. This guy just loves me to death, and I love you too. Yeah. All right, guys and girls, remember, I love you.